back at it again. Week 3 of both college football and NFL. If that's wrong, go fuck yourself. Make some comments and tell us it's wrong. Right now, our standings for college football are myself in first with 13, Ruff right behind me with 12, Joe's slacking a little bit at 8, and then J Mill with 5 after having like 4 in the first week. So he's doing hot too. I'll put the NFL standings on there. Haven't done that yet. Ty is leading our guest pickers because he's the only guest picker we've had. But he actually did pretty solid, so he'll probably finish pretty well. We can jump straight into it here. We got some Friday night college football action. We got Illinois at Nebraska with Nebraska as an 8-point favorite. Who wants to kick it off?
I'll kick that shit off. I'm going to take Nebraska to cover the spread. I think Illinois got a little bit lucky at Kansas. I don't see them continuing that trend. If they do, I'm just a fucking dumbass, but I think Nebraska covers.
I'm gonna go Nebraska as well, just because of last week. So like I disrespected him with the Colorado pick. It was disrespectful. So on the road, Illinois did shut down Kansas, but that was at home. A lot of crowd noise and things like that. So I'll take Nebraska and Rayola.
Yeah, I'll echo the same. I will also go Nebraska. I think unless Illinois can force 4 or 5 interceptions like they did against Kansas, they're not going to have a chance in this game. And Nebraska seems to be rolling. Solid defense, typical Matt Rule fashion. So, yeah. All right, next we got USC makes their Big Ten debut, 5.5-point underdog at Michigan.
This one scares. If the game's under 30 points, I think Michigan covers.
Sorry, you're echoing a little bit.
Who's that going? I'm echoing?
Yeah.
Coming from Burns, looks like though.
Can you still hear me now? Or my AirPods were fucked up. Let's see.
Hello.
One
It's
second.
echoing. There you go.
How do we? Is it working now?
There we go. No. Exactly.
All right, fuck it. Keep going, Ruff. I'm going to just mute me real quick.
All right, I think this one's a little bit scary because if the game's under 30 points, like per team, I think Michigan has a really good chance to cover the spread. If the game goes over 30 points, I think USC blows this one wide the fuck open. I don't think the Big Ten is quite yet ready for a spread air raid offense. Playing a good team spread air raid offense, I think USC covers the spread here.
Yep, I do want to take Michigan, but
fuck Michigan.
They're 0-3. Yeah, they even got backcourt covered last week as well. They were 21-point favorites, and they got backdoor covered. So, again, I think they open it up. Their quarterback is absolutely terrible. I think Orgy might be playing. I don't know if they decided that yet, but it doesn't even matter. Both Warren and Orgy can't throw the ball, so I'll take USC as well.
All right, am I better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Orgy is starting. I think he's supposed to play the whole game. I think USC probably blows them out. I don't think Michigan can score with them. I agree with Ruff. If it's low scoring, it's damn near, depending on how low scoring it is, Michigan's damn near locked to stay within 5.5. But I think USC starts scoring early and gets up 2 scores, forces Michigan to throw the ball, and they're fucked then.
Well, unlike with Michigan, the style of offense you play, having a mobile quarterback who can't throw the ball doesn't benefit you because USC is going to be playing towards a run anyway.
Exactly.
You're not really anticipating Orgy to throw the ball and fucking, have a shit ton of yards. You are expecting them to run the ball, but if that's all you can do, then it's real easy to stop that with them.
Yeah, and I don't think Michigan scored 30 points. Fuck Michigan. I tried to ride the train the first 2 weeks. Fuck Michigan.
That backdoor cover last week was bad. Those motherfuckers were up 28-3 and gave up 15 points in the final 5 minutes or some shit.
Yep. Yeah. Michigan's gonna get fucked. It's funny though because before the season, USC was like a 10 or 11 point underdog, and now 2 games in, they're a 5.5 point favorite.
I
Fun
think
fact.
Neil Moss is a dog. I think by week 7 or 8, he may have his name in a hat for a Heisman candidate.
I saw odds wise, he's like 7th right now, but I mean, it's all fucking quarterbacks right now, so we'll see how that shapes up. All right, we
That
got
Boise State running back
Utah.
should be in there.
That's right.
Alshon
Yeah, there's
Jeffrey,
a couple
Gentry.
of yeah. If Oklahoma State, which boom transition because we got Utah -2 at Oklahoma State. If Ollie Gordon can have a couple big games and they keep winning, then I think he'll be in the conversation too.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that, I fully expect Ollie Gordon to bounce back off that shitty ass game he had last week and go big this week. And I will take me taking him against the spread or outright. Does that change the points? Yes. Yeah, so
No, but you'll look cooler if you pick them to win and they
I was
win.
gonna say I'm just gonna take Oklahoma State outright.
I'm gonna keep picking the favorites, which kind of sucks, but I'm gonna take Utah strictly off that Arkansas game. There's no way Oklahoma State should have won that. Arkansas fluked the fuck out. So I'll take Utah. I think they have a better run defense in Arkansas, so we'll see. But yeah, Ollie Gordon won't do that bad, but I don't think it'll be enough to cover or to beat Utah. Maybe cover, but not beat them.
Yeah. So the quarterbacks in this game are 25 and 24, or 24 and 23 years old. So they are older than the Colts Bears matchup this weekend. They're both older than both quarterbacks in that game. So I am a
What's
Cam
wild is
Rising
like
fan
you're
though.
talking by a couple years too. Like you're not
Oh
talking
yeah.
like
And
that's
Richardson's what, 21? And
yeah
Caleb, I think
21 and
Richardson and Caleb are both 21 actually.
yeah, like that's insane that you're talking like college guys that are like 3 or 4 years older than them.
They're a whole college career older than them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think big Cam Rising guy. As a USC fan, probably shouldn't be, but Utah just finds
Yeah.
ways to win.
You gotta respect them a little bit.
Yeah,
Would
and
be
he's
beating
like
ass.
he plays winning football. Dude's career record's insane. They're a physical team. I do think this would be a close game, but I think they damn near they kick a field goal to win the game and cover that too.
Could be.
Then we got the Volunteers going to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's getting their introduction to the SEC. Tennessee a 7 point favorite.
This is the reason why I asked if I could take the upset from the board. I'm gonna take Oklahoma outright here.
Okay.
I like Nico. I just don't think Tennessee has enough to get it done. And I think Oklahoma, I seen a stat earlier about they haven't been an underdog at home more than 6 points in like 25 years or some shit like that. And I think, like Illinois did last week at fucking Kansas, I think playing at home, and especially college football, plays a big factor in how the game goes. So I'll take Oklahoma outright.
Fortunately, I gotta stick with the fucking favorites. I'll take Tennessee strictly off my boy Josh. He got a vengeance game coming. Although it's against Bob Stoops, who's not there, so I think he just doesn't like the Oklahoma program, but I think he's coming. I think he's the best. I mean, he's quickly becoming the best offensive mind. Bro had Joe Milton as an NFL quarterback when he's not even close to that. So I think he'll do enough to cover the 7.
Yeah, I think every top quarterback in the country will be considering Tennessee and USC for the next 20 years because Heupel and Lincoln just have that shit figured out. Yeah, he's going back to Oklahoma, national champion, Heisman Trophy winner. Hates Bob Stoops. Bob Stoops still lead advisor for Oklahoma, helps him with a lot of recruiting. I know he's got his hands in at Kentucky too because his brother, but I mean, this is the motherfucker. Bob Stoops came back and coached the bowl game when Lincoln Riley lost, so he's still balls deep at Oklahoma. I think Tennessee covers. Definitely have a little hatred for Oklahoma just because their fans have an obsession with USC, but I think every time that they've played a top team with Venables, they've gotten dominated. And I think Nico and the boys just run up the points on them.
Yeah, I think they only beat Houston by a couple. Yeah, by 4. They did do good against Tulane last week. Tulane's a good team, but I think it was late that they made the push. So
I'll take it one further. Tennessee beats them by double the spread.
I like that.
It's I mean, I
I'll
think
take
they're
it.
not going to be kicking too many field goals. So
I'll take it one further. Oklahoma wins by a touchdown.
okay, I fuck with it.
Yeah.
So Oklahoma covers Tennessee's spread.
Yeah.
I fuck with that. I like that.
That offense
Uh,
just crazy, dude. They just I don't it's so simple, but it's so effective. It's
It is.
crazy.
Well, it's because they have the run game down. It's
Mm,
kind of I mean, it's not the same style as the 49ers, but it's just like the 49ers. They set everything up with the run.
yeah, for sure.
We got next game is Kansas State 6.5 point favorite at Mormon Country, BYU.
I didn't realize this one was on the slate.
You told me to put it on the slate, sir.
Is it on? It wasn't on the fucking on a spreadsheet?
Oh, you're looking at the wrong one. I sent a new one.
I looked at the one you sent like a little bit ago.
Yeah, it's on there. I didn't have the spread on there yet, but I had the game on there. It's Kansas State minus 6.5 at BYU.
What?
I put both of your games on there, the Kansas State and the Georgia Tech game.
Maybe I'm just tripping right now.
You're not in the doc right now.
I'm looking at the one that says Illinois, Nebraska, USC, Michigan, Utah, Oklahoma State. Oh fuck, I'm stupid as hell.
I was about to say you're right there. You're almost to the game.
Now I don't have an upset because BYU is going to be my upset. Uh, take BYU outright right here.
Okay.
Uh,
You have a chance to make up some big ass points this week.
and I know the first 3 games of the season, and then I know it's a short sample size, and I know when you look at who the teams play, that's another thing that plays into it. BYU has a top 30 offense and defense right now, and Kansas State's not even in the top 50 in offensive defense right now. I think BYU gets the job done, and I will also take it one further. I think BYU wins by a touchdown too.
Okay. I'm gonna throw those. We're not gonna hold you to those, but I'm gonna throw those in there just to see if you get those right too.
We should get like a half
I'm
point for like each little tidbit that we throw out there that hits.
I fuck with it.
I'm gonna take BYU as well. I feel like every year Kansas State's, top 20, and then they just blow one, and then later in the season they'll be like an Oklahoma. So I'm just gonna predict that. I'll take the spread. I don't know if BYU went outright. I'll take the 6.5. I think it's at.
Yep.
But Ruffin's point, they do have a good on both sides of the ball, top defense, top offense. Obviously that's against probably not the greatest competition,
Yeah.
but fuck Kansas State's little cute ass quarterback. Fuck him. Would be feeling himself a little too much.
Yeah. True. The crowd's gonna be rocking at BYU. I think it's a late game. Could be wrong about that, but crowd's definitely be hype. I was also gonna go BYU, but Joe, we have the exact same picks right now, so I'm gonna go Kansas State just so we don't have the exact same picks all the way through.
I'm gonna switch one of my picks up, I think, after this Georgia Tech. I'm waiting to decide.
I'm still gonna ride with Kansas State anyways. Fuck it. Why not?
Fair enough.
I don't have any clue what's gonna happen in that game, so I'm just going with Kansas State.
Yep.
We got Georgia Tech at Louisville next. Louisville is a 10-point favorite.
I will take Louisville by the spread. I think Georgia Tech came out a little bit too hot. I think they're going to cool off, and I think Louisville runs fucking points up on them. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Louisville wins by 30 fucking points.
Whoa.
I do like Jeff Brom. I was glad to see him leave Purdue. Obviously, Purdue's probably regretting that right about now. But I'm going to take Georgia Tech here. I think last week or no, maybe 2 weeks ago, they went to Syracuse. Syracuse is a good ball club. They stayed within 3 points. I think they lost. So I'll take
Yep.
Georgia Tech by 10, I think, or not by 10, but with 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yep. I'm also gonna go Georgia Tech in this one.
I love it because I have a point. I have a chance to either go from like second to way behind you guys or like go way ahead of you motherfuckers right now.
Yeah. I think I don't know. Georgia Tech's offense is extremely high powered. Louisville, they're a really good team. I think Louisville wins the game, but I think Georgia Tech can stay within 10.
Who's Georgia Tech's quarterback? That Keenan dude or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's pretty decent. He's got some fucking wheels on him.
Yeah, I was about to say
The
he's
ball
not
just
the
fucking-
greatest passer. He throws a decent amount of touchdowns. He's not the greatest passer, but yeah, he can run the ball.
Well, and like what I'm hoping for is you get him rattled early. You get a couple, one or two disguised looks where he thinks he's seeing man, but he's seeing zone or vice versa. Throws in a throws a pick, bro. You get his ass rattled. Now he feels like he's got to do everything with his feet. I mean, like you look at Lamar Jackson, bro. Motherfucker can run the fuck out of the ball, but they're still 0-2, just like
Hell
him.
yeah.
So who do you have outright? You got Oklahoma, BYU,
Oklahoma,
those two.
BYU, Oklahoma State.
Well, you'll get. Wait, are we get if Oklahoma State wins, does he get three for that?
No, he just wanted us to know that he got another one right on our asses.
Okay. Will you get it for
Yeah.
BYU and Tennessee and Oklahoma?
Yep.
But okay, I just
So you get
verifying.
we're doing 2, right, for money line on this, and then 3 for your upset, like your upset of the week.
Yeah, and see, none of those go in my upset because they're all
Right. Yeah, so Ruffin has a chance to gain
6 points on
7
you
points.
guys, 7 points on you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. Well, fuck, 6 on just these games, but I'm saying if all 3 of your upsets were to hit, you would gain an additional like 6 points right there.
Would.
$7.
So if Tennessee wins by 5, he doesn't get it because he chose Oklahoma.
No, I'm taking them outright. Yeah,
He's
I don't.
taking Oklahoma
Okay.
to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. All right. What's your lock of the week, Ruff?
I love that you guys lead me off because I feel like one of you two may have the same one. IU minus 28 at Charlotte.
Come
Locked up.
on. I need to lead off. I'm doing the
I
same
have it.
shit, dude.
That's fine. I have it in all my parlays. I stayed away from picking it because I figured somebody would take it, but I have it in all my parlays.
I need to make up ground, but I just looked at it and I mean, Coach Sig's definitely a coach that's like looking at the scoreboard like I need to cover this shit. So
Yeah,
that's who you got to bet
100%.
on for that is the coaches that want to cover,
Right.
and he definitely is
100%.
that.
And he's like, let's score fucking 80 points if we can.
Yes, I love it. Fucking
My
dog.
lock, there's no logic to this pick at all, but Iowa State is only a 22-point favorite against Arkansas State. And I think that's only because of the backdoor cover that Arkansas State had against Michigan. And Michigan's ass, they were blowing out Arkansas State. I think Iowa State puts them to bed, blows them out.
I fuck with that.
Off a big time win too, so I do like that.
Yeah. Yep. All right, we can move to our upsets.
Hey, just so
Ruffin, go
y'all
ahead.
know that I wasn't bullshitting. You can see that. I ain't been writing shit. I got Oklahoma and then I got BYU, but I can't say either one of them. So the third one that I'm not a huge fan of this one. This is the only other one that stuck out to me, and I can actively look at the
It's
slate.
going to be the same one as me. Go ahead.
James Madison plus 11 at North Carolina.
We all have that?
All right. Yeah. Should we all have to go right now and pick a new one? No one gets that
Yes,
one. We all go pick a new
yeah,
one.
we should.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll do a squad ride on JMU, but yeah, we all got to go pick a new one.
I'm taking Rice. Give me Rice.
Rice, who do they play?
Army.
Hell
I don't
yeah,
know. They're
fuck with
6.5. I'm just gonna get as close to 6.5 as I can. So
I fuck with it. I knew we were all gonna have that JMU one. It was sticking out like a sore thumb. Hold on, let me pull up the bets. Oh, I got mine. I'm gonna go. Oh fuck, it's not 6.5. Never mind.
Well, shit.
It's a lot of 6 spreads. Who did Memphis beat Florida State last week?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go with Navy to beat Memphis. Memphis is filling themselves after beating Florida State, even though Florida State's ass. I'm gonna go Navy to upset them. We're all in on military games right now.
I mean, there's a couple. I mean,
I wanted
I
to
was
take
thinking Georgia Tech at first, but
I wanted to take Mississippi State over Florida, but they're 6, so
they better be playing fucking DJ. That
they
shit's
will.
stupid. Not that he's gonna make him a lot better, but he is a lot better.
Yeah, he's been eating. You see all
He's a
the Florida
freshman.
TikToks?
No.
We're going fucking 11-1. We're beating the Bulldogs' ass. DJ's taking us to the championship.
It is exciting. Billy Napier's fired maybe before the season ends, but
Yeah, they drop one or two games they're not supposed to, or Georgia beats them by 50 points. He's gone.
they're asking him that in press conferences. That's how you know you're done.
He's a fucking. They've been a joke since they've been a joke since Urban left, but they've really been a joke since he's been there.
Yeah, like they have the toughest schedule like every year, but like it's one thing to have that and compete or just get your ass beat. So
Well, especially now, like you
What's
can.
our line? 6.5.
yeah,
Yeah,
All right. Well, kind of fuck it. Since I'm riding all the other dogs, I'll take fucking NC State over Clemson. 17 plus that covering that 7. Not covering, but winning outright. And I think they win by a touchdown too.
if Clemson fans ever come across our podcast, they are going to fucking hate us. Every single one of us picks
More,
against Clemson
more
every week.
specifically, they're gonna hate me because I've said fuck Dabo Sweeney on this podcast a couple times.
I would imagine there's a lot of Clemson fans that are at the fuck Dabo Sweeney point.
I was
yeah,
looking at that one and fuck it, let's swing for the fence. I was gonna take Michigan State over Boston College. They're plus
it's
6.5
not
at
bad.
Boston College.
I can't take Michigan State ever since their quarterback fucked me week 1.
Hell yeah.
I got beef with them now. All right,
All right.
that wraps up our college picks. We'll Big Tony will send in his picks. We'll post a video of his, and then that'll be our guest picker this week. It's going to be interesting how this shapes up because we have a lot of different picks here.
Yeah.
I need to make up ground, so I'm kind of upset about it. You two can kind of just sit pretty right now. I do want to take Michigan so bad, but they're so not good, so it's hard to say that.
And USC looks good. You can say it.
I
USC
know.
looks good.
Oh, they do look good. I mean, that's expected. I'm interested to see them kind of later in the season, when you get in the Big Ten. I think Michigan's the only Big Ten new team, right? That they're playing. That's good. They don't play Ohio State or anything, right?
Penn State at Penn
Oh,
State.
that
Or
that'll be
I
the
think Penn,
best.
Penn State's at home, I think, actually, and then they go
Oh,
to Wisconsin.
yeah.
But
Well,
Wisconsin can't score, so I don't see Wisconsin hanging in there with them.
the
Dude, it
same
makes
old
me wonder,
Wisconsin
like,
team.
let's talk about how the time change works for, USC going to the Midwest. Bro, it works vice versa for these kids going from the Midwest to the West Coast. Like,
I would say weather too. Like motherfuckers go from freezing weather and they're like, "Oh, we're kicked back, we're chilling in Cali right now," and then you go out and play physical ass football game.
and also don't realize that you don't sweat as much when it's cold as fuck as you do when it's
Exactly.
fucking
Yeah, you're
hot.
not cramping up, you're not dehydrated. Yeah, yeah, 100%. I think USC. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to pull a Ruffin and say anything stupid. I feel really good about their chances to make the playoff right now because I do think they could drop either or in Michigan and Penn State. They could drop one of those two games and still make the playoff, but we'll see how they do.
Mhm.
Out of just being like shitty, I almost took Miami of Ohio to beat Notre Dame.
I think that was almost my lock, honestly. I think Notre Dame's just going to fucking bully the fuck out of those teams now.
Yeah, I think they realized that you kind of just got to play smash mouth football.
Yeah, you got to play what you're good at. You're not like I get it. You have to have a strong passing game to compete with the USC's and the other top schools that you're going to play. But when you're not playing, when you're going and playing fucking Northern Illinois, you just run them the fuck over. That's
100%. Even if it's not pretty, fuck what a spread is. Just win the goddamn game. Like,
right. Exactly. How you feel about Northern Illinois being ranked 23rd, Ruff?
I honestly don't mind because Northern Illinois has been ranked in the past. I don't know what it is about what program they have or what they're building, but they have been ranked multiple times in the fucking, and it's typically like 18 to 25, but they'll get a quality bowl game if they keep this up. Like I think
Yeah.
that I think they have a pretty solid fucking team. Still think Notre Dame should have beat them, but they are really fucking solid, and that's probably the biggest matchup they have on their fucking schedule.
The only beef I have with it is they conveniently got ranked the next week after only 2 games, and Texas A&M's back in the rankings. It feels like typical college football fashion with Notre Dame being NBC's baby, that they don't want them to fall out of the top 25. So it's fuck it, let's make the 2 teams that they played look better than they actually were, and let's keep them ranked. I mean, Notre Dame was still ranked ahead of. Like, if you were going to rank Northern Illinois, they had to jump over Notre Dame. Like, they just went to Notre Dame and beat them. You can't keep them fucking 5 spots below Notre Dame. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Their running back cold as fuck. That running back's a dog.
Fuck Notre Dame.
I think the spots are really interchangeable as far as like 20 to 35.
They are.
Because there is somebody, so obviously the only rankings that we see are the top 25. There's somebody ranked 26, 27, 28, 29th. Like, like there are teams that IU could go out and win the next 2 games, and all of a sudden they jump into the top 20. Like it's just so many. There's like 15 or 20 teams that are just interchangeable for like 5 or 10 spots.
It is big for Northern Illinois where they're ranked, though, because they're part of that group of 5. So if you're the highest ranked group of 5 team, you get in the playoff.
Yep.
So they're sitting pretty right now.